Now we have the Dark Horse SC, and this is unique because it is the first time that Ford Racing has worked so closely to develop a Mustang, right?
That's exactly right, Fred. We actually call this our race to road strategy at Ford, where the Ford Racing team and the Ford Road Car teams have come together over a 3.5 year production process. And we actually tested the Dark Horse SC alongside the Mustang GTD and the Mustang GT4 and leveraged learnings and insights from testing at Sebring, at VAR, all of the in-house engineering expertise, and incorporated that into the SC, which is a street legal and very track capable car.
You know, a lot of people have been asking the question. It fits between the Dark Horse and the GTD in the lineup, and it kind of replaces the GT500. Why not just call it the GT500, the Shelby GT500?
I think the key thing to focus on is that we are leveraging our race to road strategy and the in-house engineering expertise with Ford Engineering and the Ford Racing team to incorporate that into a production vehicle. Ford races first and foremost. So that is the direction we went with this vehicle. It was always going to be a dark horse.
And I know from driving the GT 500, it was a kind of a Swiss Army knife Mustang. It was great on the street. You can take it on road trips. It was incredible on the drag strip some of the times they were getting, and it was great on the road course. I would expect that we're going to see this with the Dark Horse SC.
Yes, you are going to see something amazing with the Dark Horse SC. Highly capable in all of those elements. This car, though, it's going to shine in particular on the track, the handling, the cornering, the predictability, the quick shifting, paddles, the 7-speed dual clutch transmission. It's really next level.
The fact that it kind of borrows from other Mustangs like the GTD, but then it's unique as well. The front fascia is unique to this supercharged car. I believe it's got 60% more air intake capability, which is important if you have a supercharger.
That is exactly right. So on the lower part of the front grille, that was actually one of the race to road learnings from the co-development process. Lowering that part of the grille allowed for 60% more airflow and cooling than a base Dark Horse. And then the actual inlets into the aux cooler and the inlet on the other side, that's 100% increase over the base Dark Horse. Those are twice as big.
And hood is unique too. It even has a removable rain cover. If you go to the track, you can open that up to get more fresh air in there or out. I guess it's really a extractor.
Yeah, that's exactly right. One of the features I love most about this vehicle is the standard carbon fiber hood vent. It is massive, but to your point, when you remove the rain tray, you get 2.5 times the downforce of a base Dark Horse, and it has 5 times the open area.
That is amazing. That is a lot of fresh air or cooling in there. And then out back, kind of a unique setup, probably something you learn from racing as well. There's kind of a duckbill spoiler built into it, and then there's also a bigger wing on top of it. So it's kind of like a bi-level wing.
That's right. And it creates the perfect channel for increased efficiency and downforce. That's the exposed carbon rear wing, which is all new with a new carbon fiber pattern. But that combined with the ducktail design, that allows for that 620 pounds of downforce at 180 miles per hour and 10% increase in efficiency. That's actually one we call a road to race learning.
Yeah.
Because the GTD adopted that from the Dark Horse SC during the development process and incorporated a variation into its design.
Now, we don't have numbers on this yet, horsepower numbers. I imagine it's still being tested and confirmed and validated, but we do know it's going to be a 5.2 liter V8 supercharged. Is this the same Predator engine that was part of the GT500?
This is, I can't comment on code names, but this is an advancement from the past gen high performance Mustang engine. Similar, but different. But yes, 5.2 liter supercharged V8 This is actually the same engine that you're getting as in the Mustang GTD, but of course that has the rear transaxle and the 8-speed DCT, while Dark Horse SC has the 7-speed.
Yeah, more traditional transmission layout. Although I understand it does have a carbon fiber drive shaft, which is pretty nice to dig into the parts bin and bring something like that into the Dark Horse SC.
Yeah, I love that component of the vehicle. The carbon fiber, elements, the drive shaft, the hood vent, the interior accents, they're all a reminder that, this vehicle really is purpose built for the track, and a reminder that we are lightweighting in areas where we can.
Yeah, absolutely. On the inside, the theme is carbon fiber, and a whole lot of it. It seems like it's everywhere on the interior, and you even have some 3D printed paddles, I believe, that come with the track pack, which we'll get into that. But let's talk about the interior a bit. I wanted to ask, is it a
Okay.
two-seater like the GT500s were? At least the one I drove was a two-seater with, I don't know whether that was a rear seat delete or is that, what all SCs will be.
So the base Dark Horse SC will not have a rear seat delete. It will have a rear seat. The Recaro seats on the base are optional, but the Recaro seats are standard on the Track Pack series. In the Track Pack series, that's where you're going to get the rear seat delete standard as well.
Yeah, track pack. Let's talk a little bit about that because talking about carbon fiber, incredible carbon fiber wheels, different tires. I believe they're Pirellis, right?
The base vehicle has the Pirellis. So you've got the 20-inch painted tarnished dark aluminum wheels on the Pirellis on the base Dark Horse SC. The Track Pack actually has custom built Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2R tires and 20 by 11.5-inch exposed carbon fiber wheels.
They are beautiful. They are beautiful wheels, and I know as you talk about lightweighting,
Yes.
certainly something learned from racing. It's pretty significant reduction in weight, isn't it?
It is. In fact, with the whole wheel, tire, brake, rotor assembly, it's 30 pounds off of each corner. So 120 pounds weight reduction with the Track Pack. That's with your GTD Brembo carbon ceramic brakes, the tires, and the carbon ceramic rotor assembly. You get 30 pounds of unsprung rotational weight off of each corner.
Yes, and removing unsprung weight is even better than removing sprung weight. I guess it's a big deal. What are some of your favorite features of this? I mean, if you had to list 3 top features of this, what would they be, Ryan?
Man, that is a good question. I was asked this last night at Michigan Central during our reveal, and I have a hard time answering that because I love all of the features on the vehicle. But I think if I had to boil it down to the top 3, I'd say number 1, I love the Teal Tonic brake calipers on the Teal Accent package. The Teal Accent package is only available on the Track Pack. That's where you get the Teal Tonic brake calipers. You get the Teal SC fender badging, the Teal Sinister Dark Horse rear deck lid badging, the Teal seatbelt, and the Teal trimmed Recaro seat. So that's definitely super exciting for me because customers told us they wanted more bold, emotive colors and styling in a supercar level vehicle. So we delivered with that. I would say second is probably the Track Pack Special Edition. I'm just going to call that a feature because it's optional on the Track Pack. But that's one that, myself, the engineering team, the design team, the studio, we all came together and we said, what is the most, sinister, menacing version of the Dark Horse we can think of? And let's do that and create a limited quantity special edition. That's what that is. So the red and black combination for me is it's super visceral and super emotional when you look at it. The solar red Recaro seats on the interior of that, you can literally see from a mile. I absolutely love that color and the Dynamica. And then the GTD 3D printed titanium paddle shifters and
I
rotary
love that.
shifter trim.
Yeah.
That's standard on the Track Pack Special Edition.
Wow.
So that, I mean, that is super exciting. And remember, the Special Edition has the unique painted hood graphic with the red tuxedo stripes on the surrounds on the hood graphic. So that's pretty cool. So I'm just going to call that feature number 2, that whole thing. And then
Yeah.
I think finally my favorite, third favorite feature, it just has to be the sound of the engine.
I bet.
So when literally, Fred, my hearing is still recovering. The sound of the engine produces such a primal response from you. It makes, the hairs on your arm stand up. You're
Right.
paying attention. You're alert. And you just want to get in the car and drive. But it is bone chilling, that sound.
Gets to your soul, I would imagine. Yeah. Back to your number one pick for your favorite thing. How does the teal color relate? Because I like teal, but I never thought of it really as a racing color, or it's always red, or British racing green or something like that. But how does teal come into play on something like that?
Well, the teal came into play actually based on a historical Mustang Boss version that had a grabber lime exterior color.
Okay.
And that exterior color, although called grabber lime, it was actually teal. So Sarah Waston, who is our senior color and material designer for the Dark Horse SC, she drew inspiration from that vehicle and incorporated that into the teal accent package. We also tested a variety of different colors, trims, and materials when we did research in Los Angeles and Venice Beach with premium sports car customers, and they freaking loved the teal tonic. It was like a smash hit. And for supercars and in this segment, you don't usually see that color, teal. So
right.
It was a bit of a new thing,
sure.
A bit of a stretch, right? It's something that we're not used to doing, and people were wondering, is this the right thing to do? But the customer confirmed everything that we thought it would be and more.
I guess you can't get the teal seatbelts with the bright red seats. That would be a bit of a clash.
Yeah, so that's a good point. You can't, because in the Track Pack Special Edition, you can only get the black seatbelt with the vertical red edge stripes. Those are standard, and you can't option into a different seatbelt color on that one.
Right.
But on all other Dark Horse SCs, you can pick from 5 available seatbelt colors.
Yes. Okay. The other thing, I love the vertical exhaust at the back, the quad vertical exhaust. You were talking about the sound, but just the look of the pipes in the back looks great.
Yeah, they're very muscular and angular. It's almost like a trapezoidal shape.
Yep.
But you can literally fit your entire fist
wow.
inside one of the pipes because they're so wide. That reminds me, this vehicle does have standard quad tip, black tip, active valve performance exhaust. So depending on what you want to do, you can be in, track mode, which is the one that I'm still recovering my hearing from, sport mode, normal mode, or if you want to maintain good relations with your neighbors, quiet mode.
I was going to ask, does it have the neighborhood, friendly neighbor mode, which I always got a kick out of it, because performance cars are a little bit louder when you fire them up, and then they kind of quiet down just a little bit. It's just the way they are, right?
That's right. And that's exactly, why we have the quiet mode in the first place. I have a V8 GT Premium Coupe, and I use, my remote start in the morning, and I'm always very conscious of entering into quiet mode as quickly as possible when I get in the vehicle.
So we don't have pricing on this yet. But we do kind of know when it will be available, right? Or I guess first it will be a kind of a order, get the configurations up there. But tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. Yeah. So no pricing yet. We'll have more on pricing closer to launch. Order banks open in March. So coming up, and then deliveries will start in the summertime. So you'll start to see Dark Horse SC vehicles very soon.
Yeah. How many exterior colors have you talked about that? I know I've seen plenty in the press materials. There's blue, there's red, but
So far, we have publicly shown 4 available colors. We have the Hero color, which is the argon blue exterior color. That is new for us in 2026 for the Mustang Dark Horse SC. That's the one that you see paired with the teal accent package
right.
in many of the media shots.
Yep.
We had the race red exterior color shown also with the track pack and the optional hood graphic, painted hood graphic. And then the track pack special edition is available in shadow black and Oxford white. So that's 4 colors right there, and there's going to be several more in addition to that.
Okay, a good tease for that. Any idea
Yes.
when we'll know horsepower and torque numbers?
I don't have a firm date. We're still finalizing, results and testing. But what I can tell you is that it will be soon, and you will be blown away. This is a powerful, sinister pony, and this pony can fly.
Yeah, I'm sure I will. I look forward to driving it. It sounds like you're still getting over from the sound of it, but it is a mean looking machine. I love the new front end on it. I love the ability to flow all that air through it. And it's still a Mustang with a warranty, and you can go out and have fun with it. So it's pretty unique when you think about that, to talk about some of these vehicles that, you can take a road trip in it, or you can take it to the track, or you can road trip to a track. In the back seat area, do you see through the floor like the GTD? I would imagine no, because that doesn't have that kind of suspension, right?
That's correct. We don't have that kind of suspension or setup in the Dark Horse SC. That is unique to the GTD.
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, anything else you'd like to add if people want to get more information in the meantime, until they can start building or ordering theirs, where would they go?
So if you want more information on the Dark Horse SC, first and foremost, Ford.com, we have information up on our main company webpage. We also have information on the Dark Horse SC on the Mustang vehicle homepage.
Good news, Ryan. We really appreciate it. One more question. This kind of a brand manager question. How early did you get involved with the project? When this project was first, I guess there was one day where you got a call and say, hey, guess what, Ryan? We're going to build this Dark Horse SC. Can you come up and meet with me? How early did you get involved with this build?
That's a great question. And the answer is October of 2022.
Okay.
That's when I began my role as Mustang Product Marketing Manager. And in that role, I worked on all future Mustangs. So everything you've seen from Mustang RTR to the Dark Horse SC, and everything you'll see through 31 model year. So that's when it was. It's been about 3.5, 4 years. And just for me personally, being able to work with such an incredible team on the race to road vision for this vehicle, the Ford racing team, the Ford road car team, design, studio, product engineering, brand marketing, product marketing, being able to do that, to see it from the conception, ideation, all the way through reveal and launch now as the brand manager for Mustang in my new role, it's truly a dream come true. And I'm very privileged and very blessed and very honored.
Were you a Mustang fan before you joined Ford? Did you own a Mustang?
I did not own a Mustang before I joined Ford, but I have always been a huge Mustang fan. Like anytime I could get my hands on one, I would get my hands on one. Anytime I went on a trip, I would run a Mustang. And there's just something about the freedom, the power, the joy,
the sound.
This American icon that,
yeah,
well, the sound, but just the visceral experience as well. The styling, the iconic cues, it's always resonated with me. So when I joined Ford 5 years ago, it was always my goal to be the brand manager for Mustang.
That's great. Wow. Congratulations on achieving that. And We appreciate you
Thank you.
spending time, and can't wait to check out this Dark Horse SC when it gets out on the road and is available for testing, because it's a great looking machine, and I'm sure it sounds even better from your and I hope your
Yeah, just
hearing
just bring
recovers.
bring your earplugs, Fred. Bring your earplugs,
Okay, hearing
and
protection.